Hey guys, today we are talking about the midpoint. Everything from midpoint formula, how to use it to find the midpoint, and how to also use a midpoint to go backwards and find an endpoint. Now first off, let's talk about what is the midpoint formula. So your midpoint formula looks a little weird because it looks like a coordinate. It's not really necessarily like an equation. So we have x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. So all we have to do is plug in our coordinates into our formula and we have a midpoint. Sometimes we need to simplify and we'll see all of that here. So an easy way, if you struggle with plugging stuff in, is to label your coordinates before putting them in the formula. So here's x1, y1 and x2, y2. Since we're adding, the order doesn't matter. You just have to make sure your x's go together and your y's go together. So here we go. So I'm going to replace x1 and x2 with -8 and -4, and all of that is divided by 2. And then I'm going to replace y1 and y2 with -3 and -5. And again, all that is divided by 2. So first, with the fractions, simplify top and bottom levels separately, and then if you can, divide. So let's start with just the tops. So we're looking at -8 plus -4. That's the same thing as -8 minus 4. So we're left with -12. And we're going to copy that over too. Same thing on the next side. -3 plus -5 is the same as -3 minus 5. So we're looking at -8 and copy the 2. From here, if you can simplify, simplify. So -12 divided by 2 gets us -6. And -8 divided by 2 is -4. So our midpoint is at -6, -4. Now let's take a look at what happens when you need to find the other endpoint. So here they want us to find the other endpoint of the line segment with the given endpoint and midpoint. Now you can work backwards from the formula, but something that I have found that has been a little more time sensitive and a little faster, it just kind of helps us use a little bit more logic than algebra, is to stack them. So what we do is we stack our endpoint, midpoint, and then just find the other point by counting. So make sure that the midpoint is always in the middle. So for example, I'm going to put -3, -2, and then below or above it, I'm going to do below, you're going to put your midpoint. And then over here is going to be our next endpoint. And we are literally just going to see how far apart they are from each other and either continue to add or continue to subtract. Now let's start with just the x's. So from -3 to -6, we went down by 3. So to get to my endpoint, I have to subtract another 3 from -6. So that gets us to -9. Now from -2 to +9, we added 11. So we're going to have to add 11 to 9 to get to our next one. And and we're looking at 20. So our endpoint is at -9, 20. And that is how you can either find the midpoint or find the endpoint.